Today, Hendro will experience one of the universe's most profound laws, the cycle of action and reaction. Imagine witnessing the immediate impact of each of your choices. That's what he faces in this episode. Stay with us until the end to discover how this experience can transform our understanding of the influence our actions have on the world. If this journey has sparked your curiosity, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to keep exploring these mysteries with Hendro. Chapter 4: The Law of Return, Hendro and the Cycle of Action and Reaction. Part 1: Arrival on the Planet of Reflection. Hendro, in his eternal search for wisdom, arrives on a planet known among star travelers for its profound lessons on the universal law of return, where every action, word, and thought generates a corresponding reaction. This mysterious planet is inhabited by spiritually advanced beings who devote their lives to understanding the cycles of cause and effect. Upon landing, Hendro immediately senses the energy of the place. It feels as if every particle around him carries a memory, a vibration of everything that has ever happened there. He approaches a clearing where he meets an elder who seems to be waiting for him. The master figure, cloaked in white robes, greets him with a serene smile. "Welcome, Hendro," says the elder, with a voice that seems to echo through the surrounding forest. "This is a place where you will be able to witness the impact of your choices instantly. Here, life reflects what you emanate, like a spiritual mirror." Intrigued and curious, Hendro asks how he can learn more about the cycle of action and reaction. The elder leads him to a temple, where he will observe the reflections of each choice, big or small, seeing the consequences almost immediately. Part 2: The First Reflection Experience. Inside the temple, Hendro is instructed to meditate deeply. With his eyes closed, he connects with his essence and prepares for an experience that will test his understanding of the law of return. Soon he is transported to a completely different setting. Now he's in a bustling market, filled with local inhabitants, and feels as if he should act as though he is truly there, living each moment. As he walks, he encounters a child asking for help carrying heavy fruit. Hendro, without hesitation, decides to help. As he does so, he feels a lightness within himself, and as he hands the fruit to the child, she smiles with gratitude. Just as Hendro finishes helping, he feels a wave of positive energy return to him, like a breeze that fills him with calm and happiness. The sensation is so intense that he realizes how this small choice had a significant impact on his own energy. The simple act of helping brought a response of joy and gratitude that envelops him like a bright aura. However, shortly afterward, he witnesses a more complex situation: a merchant arguing with a customer. Driven by a reaction of judgment, Hendro thinks something negative about the merchant, feeling a touch of indignation. Immediately, he notices the change in his energy, which becomes heavy and uncomfortable. He realizes that every thought, even unspoken, has a direct impact on his own state of mind. Part 3: Meeting the Reflection of Actions. As he walks through the scene, Hendro encounters a figure identical to himself, but this version mirrors his emotions and intentions in an intensified way. Every step he takes is replicated by the figure, but with an expression corresponding to his actions. If he acts with kindness, the reflection smiles with compassion. If he acts with judgment or negativity, the reflection contorts with a pained expression. Noticing this, Hendro decides to test the theory. He closes his eyes and projects a thought of compassion and love around him. When he opens his eyes, the reflection glows, almost radiating light, and smiles at him with an expression of peace. This immediate return is something Hendro has never experienced before, and he begins to understand the depth of the law of return. The elder reappears and explains that the reflection is not just an illusion, but a projection of his energy. Hendro, everything you emit returns to you in some way. No matter how small the intention, it echoes in the universe, creating waves that always find their way back. Part 4: The Hardest Choice. Hendro is then led to a more challenging situation. He encounters a being who seems to be suffering, someone who verbally lashes out at him, projecting anger and frustration. His initial reaction is to retaliate, but he remembers the master's lesson. He realizes that if he responds with anger, he will be contributing to a negative cycle. Instead, he chooses to respond with understanding, listening to the being without judgment and offering words of compassion. As he does so, he once again feels that wave of positive energy returning, filling him with a sense of peace and fulfillment. The being in front of him instantly changes, his expression softening, and he thanks Hendro for listening, revealing that he was suffering from a recent loss. Part 5. The impact of the law of return. When Hendro returns to the Master's presence, he feels that he understands the teaching. The cycle of action and reaction is more than an exchange of energy. It is a constant reminder that every choice shapes not only the world around us, but also the spirit of the one who chooses. The impact of an action always returns, bringing a lesson with it. "Now I understand, Master," says Hendro with humility. The law of return is not a punishment or reward, but a response that the universe offers for us to learn about our own vibrations. The elder smiles. "Exactly, Hendro. And the more awareness we have about our choices, the closer we are to living in harmony with the universe. Each action is a seed, and the fruit we harvest is a reflection of what we planted. Always remember this." Final reflection and invitation. Hendro leaves that planet with a new understanding, feeling more connected to universal wisdom. He realizes that wherever he goes, his choices follow him, shaping his reality and his journey. And just like him, each of us has the power to plant seeds of peace, kindness, or resentment. The choice is in our hands. And you? What kind of seeds are you planting in your life? What fruits do you wish to harvest? Share in the comments how this lesson resonates with you. If this story inspired you, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to continue following Hendro's journey in search of the universe's wisdom.